All right, wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. It's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, John.
This is Kiana.
This is the one and only Mr. Edmonds.
Hey, and this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the
Turn it
Community
down.
Development and Training Center,
Turn it
a.k.a. See That?
See that? Turn it up.
See that?
I need to turn it up. I need to turn it down. Turn it up.
Hey, we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool.
Real nice. Cool.
Hey, man, it's a new month,
It is.
new week.
It's Taurus season.
Same
Okay.
is different toilet.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
Same fight, different round.
That's
Okay.
real.
Right,
That's real.
right. Taurus season. You mentioned Taurus, so you like really into them zodiac things, like
A little.
Yeah, because like you know the seasons. You
Yeah.
got them figured out. Like
So what is Taurus?
yeah,
The bull.
okay.
The bull.
Okay. Shout out to the Bulls.
The bulls.
I
They
like-
stubborn.
I like the Bulls.
You like the bulls?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. When the last time Chicago Bulls won a
I
game?
don't even know.
You don't like
They
that.
still doing their thing. I mean,
Man, I
I
don't
think
watch
they
that,
might be
man.
doing all right. Yeah, I don't really watch it either.
I know.
I
I
don't
mean,
really pay
I
attention.
don't knock the brothers and sisters who love sports because that's your thing. I'm into something else.
Yeah, that's really kind
That's
of how
all.
I go, though.
Are you a sports person?
Not at all.
I am.
I used to watch my son play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go to every game.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Yeah, I was like that with my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was it. Like
I'll hop in, hop out.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, double Dutch.
Yeah.
I mean, like I watch championships and
Okay.
The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. I watch
Okay.
that. I watch, maybe like NBA finals, a couple games
Okay.
if I catch them. But I don't schedule like.
No, I'm not like
I don't have scheduled sports time.
I think if I had scheduled like sports time, it would be like football, but I don't technically have it.
Okay.
Well, ask the
Okay.
audience. Are you a sports person?
Yeah.
Put
Are
it
you-
put it in the
put
comments.
put
Call
chat.
in.
Are you
727
a sports person?
637
Yeah.
2416. That's 727
Because this is stuff happening
637
right now. Yeah.
2416. Are
And
you
good
in the sport?
morning,
What's
Walter.
your sports team?
I see Walter. I see
Rep your set.
Fernandito Hernandez.
Fernandito.
Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. All right, so
Where Renee at?
I don't know.
Shout out to Renee.
My wife. Good morning,
I'm just-
sweetie. Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
Which Renee? Because you know what? Renee Flowers is
Every-
Renee Edwards is
every-
always on
every
there.
Renee that
Right.
every
Yeah.
Renee that's rocking with us, we rocking with you.
Way Renee. Renee was in Facebook jail, I think. Renee
Oh,
Edwards.
We was gonna bond out too.
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
had
We
to.
was gonna go
If we
get her.
had to,
If we had to, we'll go get her. But
So
she
you
wasn't.
know, it was prom season had just
Okay.
ended.
Ooh, I'm so
okay.
glad you here today.
Prom
Talk
season.
about it.
What's going on with prom season?
So you know, Bogey I think ended our prom season.
They say Bogey be repping, boy.
Oh no, so it
Boy,
was.
they say Bogey be
So
repping.
this is okay. So I think there was beautiful dresses out there. We talked about
Okay.
that. I
Yeah,
think.
we
Go
did, we
ahead.
did.
Okay. What about the new trend?
So
So if y'all don't know, there's a new trend.
okay.
Okay.
go ahead.
Standing on the dresses.
Yeah.
The man standing on the dresses
Mhm.
with the fire.
Wait.
I don't like the fire.
So stand on the dress, and they said my wife was telling me that somebody lost, like it was a girl who
Lost her,
lost her scholarships.
And I think that's disrespectful because
She shouldn't
America's bought guns.
Right.
man.
She shouldn't
Let's
have
stop
lost her.
playing.
She
So
shouldn't
you
have
got the
lost her.
First Amendment, which is you say what you want,
and then the
and the Second Amendment
you
is you
strap.
now,
And these young
and
children
there's a
aren't
bunch of
all-
amendments, but the first two, the second one that came with after say what you want to say,
is strapped.
yeah, okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I
context
don't.
matters.
So I'm not with the fire,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Now,
I
but
respect
y'all
that.
know that I'm an
You
advocate.
Pro-choice.
Mhm,
No,
mhm.
I'm an advocate
Boom.
for no. I'm definitely on get a weapon.
yeah.
Right. I'm definitely an
Yeah.
advocate for it for
So-
gun. Like I'm.
So what was your problem? Was it
I
the
just think
imagery?
I think it was the imagery.
Okay.
Because
How it
like
looked, yeah.
honestly, at this point, if I had a child that was young, we were gonna be out there.
With the guns too?
Yeah. I'm all about that. I'm so sorry.
Hey, that's why
You could be
dog-
mad.
Hey, but dog say yeah.
But where does that come from?
But listen, it comes from American culture, y'all.
But why we
So
we
what-
wasn't doing it?
But see,
Because it was we
We-
wasn't
we ain't this generation. Every generation takes a step forward. We 3-4 generations removed
So
from the
standing
steps
on the
they-
dress with a gun is a step forward.
not the I know no.
I'm with
see?
you, but I got to do it.
But yeah, no,
I
I'm
gotta-
with you. So y'all know
Hey,
I'm
but
an
everybody
advocate
ain't-
for guns, but I'm gonna tell you this: you can keep the guns out the picture.
So Sierra,
know,
good morning.
That's right.
There's a time
That's right.
and place
for
for
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Respect,
Now, what I'm
respect.
gonna tell you too is that as beautiful as these children were,
Yeah.
they look old.
Okay.
What you mean?
Okay.
They're looking older.
They don't look like children.
It's like their youth has been sucked out of them.
Oh
Mm.
my God.
You know what I mean? And
That's
listen, I
interesting.
don't
Now
want. I
that's the
don't.
real
No,
conversation.
that's true.
You know.
I see some old looking young
But
people.
no,
know
it's
what-
not that they look old. What it is, they're dressed mature, right? All the men and the women.
Sweet, good morning.
So it's not that they necessarily look older. They have an older presentation.
I think it's both.
Cause I'm saying like
No,
all
no,
these
no, no.
dresses, like when
I
our prom,
wasn't
they
talk-
weren't stunning like this.
So
And Benzes and
we were.
Corvettes.
We were.
look,
I drove a
well,
Benz to
here's the
prom.
thing. You got to think about it too, right?
Because you was a boss. You've been a boss.
You've
You've
been
been
a boss.
leading the way. You
Yeah.
the problem.
It wasn't normal.
You ain't the solution. You the problem.
Look, you
My bad, my bad.
you normalized it,
No,
right?
You're part of the
no.
normalization
What
of
we
this
talking
mess.
about my
Written
prom
cars,
day?
written cars for prom was a thing.
It was
though.
a thing.
Yeah,
Respect.
was.
but now you can rent,
You
know,
can
exotic.
rent
But was it
exotic.
these long, lavish dresses?
I had.
Was it the big?
You know, I think
Dang.
so. You know what? We went and it became.
You can look at the pictures. The
You can
evidence
look-
is there.
the
I remember
evidence
them. I
is
remember
there.
them little cheap tuxes from Casinos.
Yep,
See what I'm saying?
That's
No,
true.
but
These,
I mean-
these boys coming out of designer. These
Oh,
boys,
no,
this is
that-
a different game.
Oh
they
no,
playing.
it's
Good morning,
definitely a
Keisha. I see
different
you.
game.
It's a
It's
different
definitely
game.
a different
Yeah.
game. But you know, there's always been people who stepped out of prom and did their
Fly.
own
Yes,
thing
yes,
and
it's
all
always.
this other stuff. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, our kids.
See them
became-
cheap suits from Sestinos, like I'm stuck right there.
I'm messing with Casinos. This ain't,
I do
that,
too.
that's not a
I
shot
do
at
too.
Casinos.
No, but that was the suit.
You
spot.
remember the suits and they ain't fitting right. You know how
Yeah,
it go.
yeah. The shoes, the bottom come off.
Man,
well,
these
at the-
boys
at the
tailored.
But you
base,
know what
yeah.
we
Them
did
boys
do?
tailored,
I
the
think,
girls.
Yeah,
and
they
like I
looking good.
said,
They looking good.
there was beautiful dresses, and I was actually more proud this year than not ever.
Okay,
I say ever.
just this year.
I was just more
Yeah.
proud this year
Yeah.
than
Okay.
normal, just
Respect.
because it wasn't as I didn't see because the kids are so revealing these days.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It was a little tasteful.
It was a lot more tasteful than I've seen
Okay.
previous
a lot of
years.
backs and one eye.
You know, and I'm okay. I remember my back, like I told you,
Your back was out.
my back
You
was
say
out
back
of one of
was
the
out.
dresses, like my
I'm just saying.
but I
Right.
was fully covered. Like my dress had the crisscross in the back, and it flared out like a Cinderella dress, but my back was out.
Yeah.
It was that dress that I'm talking about was gold
Mhm.
and cream. You know?
Okay.
So it was all like.
Yeah, it's just kind of. It wasn't long though. I didn't do a train, but it just kind of.
So that's what they call a train.
Yeah.
You know, because they had.
It come off? Do it come off?
Some people trains come
Because
off.
like I'm trying to see, like it looked good in pictures,
Oh,
but
yeah.
how do you how do
And
you
I
move?
seen
How's
and-
it
people-
functional?
Yeah,
You
how
know,
does it function?
You know, I seen people talk about that, like
They gotta carry it.
I gotta carry. But I'm gonna say big shots out because
Yeah.
y'all did do a wonderful thing, and I like the
Yeah.
creativity. So I don't never want to dim anybody's creativity.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
go out there, shine me, and take that creativity like you did with that, and then put it towards your life,
Ooh.
and make sure you're just that creative outside of this
Respect.
that make yourself who you want to be.
couple other things on prom, and then we can Elmo,
Go
right? So 2020 and 2021 they
Mhm.
didn't have proms, and
Mhm.
so I think that kind of messed up. Like my daughter, I was asking her about prom, and she was like, well, we ain't have no prom, and they had like a dinner or something at the school that was
Mhm.
supposed to be in place of the prom. So that kind of sucks for them. But and then the other thing was y'all just made me remember, like I didn't go to prom. Like I
didn't either.
I wasn't like the prom guy. I was kind of into other
I
stuff.
think I may have dropped that by that time.
I was still in school, but I just
I-
wasn't in.
I went into that life.
I was going to school, but I wasn't really there.
But I will tell you another thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't there. I made honor roll, and I wasn't even there. Hardly.
That shows how great you are, my man.
Good
Or how
morning,
inferior
Teresa.
the system is.
I don't know.
I think it speaks to the system
Man,
because I figured out how to pass
man,
the test.
I couldn't go and still make honor roll.
But I just figured out how to pass
Oh, yeah,
tests.
'cause
See,
if you
that's what
did
I'm
have-
saying. That speaks to
But so I ain't have to do a lot of the other stuff. I just knew like what test day was. I knew it was they introduced the chapter on one day, then you have like your keywords on the next day, then you have like your review.
oh man.
You know what I mean? And then you take your test.
So brother John,
So like it was like I just knew like some days I didn't need to be there, but test day I had to be there. You know what I'm saying?
But John, if I was a college recruiter,
Yes,
I would
sir.
have recruited you, man.
Okay.
I wouldn't have let you stay out there.
They was trying.
out there in that water.
They was trying. I just was distracted, man. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, so I went to homecoming and prom. all
Okay,
through high
I ain't
school.
do none of that.
I
You did
started.
all the things.
I did that. My brother,
That's the
God.
king and queen too, right? Homecoming king,
You get homecoming queen.
Respect,
King.
respect.
Yeah.
I was on homecoming court and prom court but I didn't make Queen my senior year.
And
But
they
that's
doing
fine.
adults proms and stuff now too,
I
right?
like-
Oh
You
yeah, they
know
said
what?
it's gonna be big.
I like to recreate memories, right?
Yeah,
Because a lot of people didn't go. You know what I mean?
like me, I didn't go.
Right. But
I
some
ain't go to
people
the adult prom either. Though.
but I didn't go to the last adult prom. But some people don't see the significance in it. And like for me, I'm one of them people like I believe in making memories because that's all you have when it's all said and done.
True.
And you can go back and talk about it. If you skip that memory. So I'm one of them bad people too. That I tell you, like my little cousins, they went. Sorry, I'm calling y'all lame. Like my mama and my aunties couldn't drop us off at prom.
Okay.
And pick us up. They got dropped off, picked up. They was happy with it. I was like, y'all 18, y'all got y'all ID.
Yeah.
Hop in the car with y'all friends. Don't call y'all mamas afterwards.
You trying to tell them how to have fun?
I'm
right?
like, listen, make some bad decisions, not too bad. And then
prom night be like life changing. People.
Right,
Like
that's what
you gotta make.
I say make some bad decisions, but not too bad.
No,
and then what you do? Yep, that's what me.
Don't
and I was
encourage
like,
that.
and then
Like,
y'all
yep,
call,
that was me.
and I was like, call your yaya.
Kiana.
I say,
Yaya?
call that grandma. Call your yaya. Don't
Yeah.
call your parents. Call your yaya to pick you up.
Yeah.
Go to the after parties. Please do have some fun. They ain't do none of that.
I got pregnant at prom because Auntie Kiana told me to.
No. I didn't tell them to do that. I told them to go to the after party. I didn't tell them to go to the hotel.
After the party, it's the after party, and after the party, it's the hotel lobby, and after the
And after the original, it's probably this. All right, so this day in history, May 2nd, since we on school, as a matter of fact. So
let's go.
May 2nd, 1963, more than 1,000 school children protest segregation in the Children's Crusade. So in Birmingham, Alabama, more than 1,000 black school children marched through the city in a demonstration against segregation. The goal of the nonviolent demonstration, which became known as a Children's Crusade and Children's March, was to provoke the city's civic and business leaders to agree to desegregate. Martin Luther King Jr., among the civil rights leaders who organized the protest. I like how they said that, among the civil rights leaders who organized the protest.
Probably a bunch of them, because I learned when I went to Alabama, I learned that it was like a group effort what the boys was doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a leader.
Right.
It was,
but somebody had to be the face, just like anything else.
Yeah, but that's, I mean,
but they
I
used to call that brother in.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He was among the leaders who organized.
I want to say they lived down there. They had a house down there at one point.
In the Birmingham. Yeah, because you was just there.
They
Spring break, right?
Yeah, they were staying with somebody or something, and they set the building on fire.
Yeah,
it's kinds of stuff, man.
Crazy.
It was like on the edge.
So they said police arrested nearly 800 demonstrators, including a 6-year-old girl, mostly for parading without a permit. I knew that was gonna get your attention.
Sound like something DeSantis trying to do.
Parading without a permit was the charge.
They still got that on the book.
That was on the charge. Teachers shouted encouragement and hymn singing. Students, as police made arrests, school buses took those arrested to jail. They said several thousand.
What? They took them to jail.
They took them to jail in school buses.
How disrespectful!
And listen, these people
a 6-year-old, yeah.
Listen,
well, that's what they said. It was a children's crusade.
Listen,
black school children.
So just think about this. Think about this. How damaging that is to a child. Like you're trying to say, no, not even that. Just think about this. You getting bussed out to schools. This is what they fighting for, to get you out there. They put you in a school bus to take you to jail. Who wants to get back on that bus after that?
Yeah, because you've been traumatized with the school bus. Your bus trip was to jail, not to school.
Not to school.
And then they start building the schools like jails.
And then they start using the school bus for the prison bus.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The Bluebird.
They just painted it and put some bars on it.
So it says several thousand curious white persons and Negroes watched from behind a hastily set up police lines. This was Associated Press at the time. Firemen laid out high pressure hoses in a 2-block area as a large group of Negroes surged downtown.
Wait a minute. They had 2 blocks of fire hoses?
It said they in a 2-block area, so I guess that they kind of tried to cordon them in. The hoses was not brought into play at that time. But then they said the next day the children marched again, but the Birmingham police response sparked national outrage. On orders from the police chief Bull Connor, law enforcement officers doused peaceful demonstrators with water hoses and turned loose yapping dogs on them.
Listen, Bull made a whole bunch of bad mistakes.
That's the thing. Is that the thing we see all the time though with the water hoses? And it might have been this March.
Might have been that March.
Yeah, that was this March.
Or one on when they crossed the bridge.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes I think they said they had water hoses on the other side of the bridge.
That was like standard operating procedure then.
Yeah. From Bull.
Just shoot you with the water hose.
How horrible.
Yeah. They said after the meeting with civil rights leaders, Birmingham leaders eventually agreed to desegregate businesses and free all of those who were jailed during the demonstrations.
So I want to thank.
Dang, my wife said it.
I want to thank the people who stood up to that.
Yeah.
My ancestors, some of them still here, some of them have transitioned, because like the work they did is reflective on the lives we live.
Yes, sir.
And so we got to also know that we got to do some work that can be reflective on some lives in the future ourselves.
Yeah, because that mean and everybody ain't built for that.
No, everybody ain't built for that.
Yeah, everybody ain't built for
That's
that.
that work, boy.
Like you get out there and you march and you know they about to loose dogs on you and they about to
that show you how bad the conditions was,
especially
that you're willing to
that make them feel like, okay, they got $100, let's go, y'all.
Because you think they know they're gonna be scarred.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, some people got dog bites on them right now.
Yep.
Dang. And you know what is crazy? Just thinking about that, right? With what we dealing with the schools and how they taking, banning books and all of that. It's something Elijah Muhammad said. He said, if they're not going to treat you right, what makes you think that they're going to teach you right? And you forcing yourself into these people's schools and you know that they don't want you there. You know how they treat you, and now you're going to try and make them teach you properly.
I think it's just we bought into the American creed and we feel it's old to us. You know what I mean? We feel ownership. That you can't tell me I can't do this, and it's like
it's
the principle and the pride of it, right? It's kind of like you said we couldn't, so we're gonna show you that we can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You said that we can't fit in, but we do, because
we all
suffer.
When you're looking at it's like that circle and you trying to put
a square peg,
the square in. When it don't work, it don't work.
Yeah.
And then we penalize our children for not fitting in. And then now they had the stigmatism that they're not, all the stuff that comes along with it.
Yeah.
That they feel like, I'm not smart, I can't read, I'm doing that. And then you have all these self-doubts that we have now allowed our children to have. Because we're trying to force them in a system that wasn't made for them.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Hey,
and it's just like really, even today. So I was looking at the schools, school grades, and I was looking at like some of the schools' history. Like they had like F's for years, right?
Yeah.
Or D's and F's or bad grades for years. And we talked about this one time before too, how they was pushing the kids through, but like a lot of us got pushed through too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I posted one of my report cards. I was absent like 30 days and I had a B or something in that class.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Jabbar, I missed like 30 something days.
You knew how to play.
You missed the whole month.
I missed the whole month of school.
That boy knew how to play the game.
That is crazy to me though. Like when I look at it now,
listen, they wouldn't let me miss 30 days. Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how did I miss 30 days?
I will tell you this. I know for a fact. I know somebody who went on Christmas break.
Yeah,
and didn't come back. And did come back.
It still passed.
Didn't come back. Was dating somebody. They say, hey, I can't date no dummy. And 6 weeks before graduation, went back, did everything she needed to do.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, she don't miss January, February, March,
April. Yeah, and then we was getting out in June.
Came back in May and got it right.
It got it right and graduated.
Bro, I don't know what I don't know what problem I had.
Yeah,
because if I knew it was that easy.
But that was one of the things I figured out though.
I would have been in.
I figured out, school. Man. I figured out they just leave you alone because I was in all kind of stuff. But because I had good grades.
No, okay, that's why. Okay,
yeah, because I had good.
Yes, sir.
Because that's
got
the
good
whole
grade pass.
Man,
that is a pass.
But I'm like, what y'all talking about? Like what we talking about right now? You know what I mean? Like I'm an honor roll student. What is we talking about right now?
That's real now.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that weight.
Like
hey.
And once I found out that gave me a voice,
yeah, you got weight.
Man, I ain't gonna talk about it all, but I used to be like, I used to be intentionally like, I come to school.
Oh, you be so disrespectful.
Sloppy drunk, smelling like a whole pound, like Linus. You know how Linus was? And I used to like do it on purpose just to be like, I'm finna just walk on report card day. I'm finna be tore up, right? Just because
on report card day,
because I got honor roll. So I'm like celebrating honor roll, and I was bad. I was bad.
I missed that one.
I was bad. I was bad.
I don't know what way
but I was different too, though. You know what I mean? I was different. That wasn't like normal. But
you gotta be different.
Yeah. And I took pride in being different. So,
but did you want me to tell you? But your parents raised you right.
Yeah.
So you know.
Oh, that was tough for them too, though.
I know it was it was tough for them, but then they still gave you guidance. They still got on you. You had consequences for your actions. You know what I mean? You knew that you were going to get in trouble when you got home.
Yeah.
You know, and then look at you now.
My wife even talk about how I used to like this was before we got together because I was friends with her brother, right? Her older brother. And so I used to come to the house with my report cards and like show them off to, you know, who became my mother-in-law. But I used to like I was like the neighborhood because they were surprised. Like when I go and show them, they'd be like, "What, boy? You out here doing all this stuff and you got this?" You know, they get on me, give me the, you know, you got potential talk and you know what I'm saying? Look, you wasting your life. You could do a lot. Like you ain't like these other ones. They used to give me that conversation, but it was like, man, I'm with my dogs, man. Another thing that happened too, Elijah McCoy was born. He was born 1844 in.
That's the real McCoy?
The real McCoy. He was born on May 2nd, 1844. And so, that's this day in history, y'all. So real quick, y'all, just so that you know, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new morning show right here on 99 Jams, The Berg. And this is a community-owned public media resource. And so we like for you all to support the program, support the broadcast. You can do that by going to 99jamstheberg.com. What's in the news, y'all?
Oh, man, Elon Musk put a bid in to buy Twitter.
Oh no, he's bought it.
The deal ain't done.
Oh no,
they negotiating the price.
No, the contract ain't signed though.
I thought it was 44 billion.
Yeah, they talking about it like it's done.
Good morning, Sharonda. I see you.
Did you see the Trump rally?
King Jab?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
What happened at Trump rally?
Oh no, he ready to make America great again.
Oh, here you go. Listen. If he ain't in jail, ain't they trying to sue Trump about stuff?
Nah, I mean
he in a bunch of different court cases. I see the headlines.
But it ain't jail. They
okay. It's just civil.
But he did have a rally.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, I just saw it. He coming back. He coming for what's. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Did you say
he coming for what's here?
That's what he think.
In his mind,
you're right. You know,
hey man,
because he really got people believing that they stole it and all.
But
that
that's
stuff.
what you need. You need people to believe you.
So I can see him running again, and DeSantis being his vice president.
I don't think.
I can't see it.
I mean,
you don't see it.
Listen.
Why you think DeSantis would just run for himself?
Their personality is too big.
But
but they get in line.
They get in line. Oh no.
You think Trump? You think DeSantis will fall in line on
the whole crew? That whole
he'll
fall in line
with them. But then will the need for the power exceed him?
Yeah.
And would he eventually probably cut his throat? He will.
Yeah, because he liked Trump. Right? He's a Trump-like type of personality.
Yes,
he's different from Pence.
The difference is with him is he don't care. He gonna do whatever. And Trump care what people think of him.
Okay.
But listen.
But DeSantis does not.
But listen, if these two people decide to run for president, they will not run against each other.
Yeah, they understand.
They might primary against each other. But once it comes time to get in line, you got to understand the GOP falls in line.
I think the GOP will pick DeSantis over Trump.
They don't matter who they pick.
You know what I'm saying? Like in a primary.
Listen,
if it's a primary with DeSantis and Trump, I think DeSantis may.
But I don't see Trump. I don't see Trump.
Oh yeah, nationwide.
This celebrity.
Yeah.
This ain't.
I don't see DeSantis stepping out.
No,
out of line.
No, they don't.
He's not gonna step out of line.
Those some things
I may be wrong, but I don't think about.
That's what I'm saying.
We can learn to fall in line with each other.
Absolutely.
Right. When we can't get a consensus, we fall out. Right. For real. When these people can't get a consensus, they fall in.
That's true.
I watched the Trump thing. They fell out, and before you know it, you never knew they was not together.
When we can't reach consensus, we fall out. That's true.
When they get in, when they can't, they
just fall in. They go with what the majority is.
Go.
Wow.
Get in line, sir.
Wow.
And they act like nothing happened. Anything we said is all water under the bridge.
Like it never happened. So, FDA proposes rules prohibiting menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars to prevent youth initiation and significantly reduce tobacco-related deaths. So, last week, the USDA Food and Drug Administration announced that they were proposing product standards to prohibit menthol as a characterizing flavor in cigarettes and prohibit all characterizing flavors other than tobacco in cigars. These actions have the potential to significantly reduce disease and death from combusted tobacco product use, the leading cause of preventable death in the U.S. by reducing youth experimentation and addiction and increasing the number of smokers that quit. They said that menthol is a flavor additive that has a minty taste and aroma that reduces the irritation and the harshness of smoking. This increases its appeal and makes menthol cigarettes easier to use, particularly for youth and young adults. And I ain't gonna read the whole article.
So what I was gonna say is, menthol cigarettes have plagued the Black community for decades.
Yes.
A lot of health ailments, breathing, bronchitis, asthma, secondhand and firsthand menthol cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
They known it for a long time. I'm glad to see something going on, but this still is just a proposal.
Okay, yeah.
You still can go get your pack right now, and it's gonna be people. It's gonna make a black market, honestly.
Yeah, for menthol cigarettes.
Yeah, it's gonna be lucrative because the regular don't do you like the other.
And what they said, this was a separate article, but they said menthol cigarettes have historically been heavily marketed towards Black Americans, and that had a strong enough impact that when the FDA proposed a ban on menthol cigarettes, the agency specifically noted that the move would save the lives of 92,000 to 238,000 African Americans.
Listen, hold on. Say that one more time. 90 to 280,000. That's
238,000.
That's 250,000 people
whose lives will be saved. They based upon what they're projecting when they make if they make this change.
I just don't even understand how people are still smoking.
People still smoking.
I mean, you know, life is very hard, and people do things to cope. Everybody got to cope.
This is true.
And some people coping because I used to smoke.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't smoke no more, not cigarettes.
Yeah.
But it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And then, son ain't right. Oh man, I need a cigarette. Oh, son ain't right, man. I need a drink.
Yeah.
You seen the TikTok video of the little girl that's out there smoking?
No.
And she's telling them, I'm telling y'all, don't do drugs. I do this. I have to smoke because my life is so stressful. Listen, you never seen it?
I haven't seen it.
She like 11 or something. She like sitting out there. She like really like, don't do what I do, but I got a coat. It's a whole video. It goes out like she like sitting on the back porch. It look like it's cold out there. She like,
that's usually when people do start smoking at young ages.
That's what they said, and they was saying how, because I remember we had like candy cigarettes, and they
blow face smoke the powdered sugar.
Right.
That's the primer.
That was my cigarette.
That was the primer.
So watch this. It says in 1964, federal regulators barred tobacco companies from advertising to their key youth demographic. Mm-hmm. That meant the key was youth, right?
Yeah.
It was demographic. That meant no advertising on college campuses, no handing out free loose cigarettes to people under 21. They actually had to make laws for this, y'all. Mm-hmm. It is then that the industry began to pivot aggressively towards targeting and marketing in Black communities. A lot of Black periodicals like Ebony became so dependent on tobacco advertising that they were silent of the devastating impacts of smoking in the Black community. Oh, so basically,
like the Ebony magazine.
Yeah, they saying
I know the people ain't just trying to blame Ebony.
They did. They said they saying look, man.
No, I'm tired of this mess right now.
I'm gonna tell you what they said.
They said, so dependent on the white man.
And the push went beyond just imagery in magazines and billboards. Tobacco industry specifically found influencers in the Black communities. It could be a barber, it could be a bellhop, and they gave them they gave them free samples to build up markets surreptitiously. The companies also sponsored events like the Cool Jazz Festival that included an ad of Dizzy Gillespie on a pack of Cools.
So they doing what everybody else do.
Long story short, 85% of black smokers preferred menthol cigarettes by the time it was all over. Last week, the move by the FDA was encouraged by the NAACP. They sent out a statement earlier saying that tobacco industry's egregious marketing practices, including giving out free cigarettes. This pattern of activity continues today with the expanded marketing strategies like supporting and providing sponsorship funding for events, supporting various black leaders with financial support, discounting menthol products in black neighborhoods, and abundant advertising in stores frequented by black communities. Read the statement from the NAACP.
So how do you feel about it? Like, should you?
It's messed up.
You don't think that they should take the
money?
Yeah, the money.
I think okay.
Like,
listen, I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I think no, they shouldn't take their money. I think that we need to find other ways to finance our magazines, our newspapers.
Yeah,
because we can't be compromised. That's compromising.
Yeah.
When I take your money, now I can't say how bad these cigarettes hurt my community.
Your money come with your opinion, right?
You get what I'm saying? But that's a silent agreement, right? Because if it was me.
So do you feel this strong? Okay, so I'm finna say this. So do you feel this strongly about alcohol?
Well, I don't know.
Because all of this.
Hold on. So what you saying? Wait.
Frame it. Yeah, frame it.
So what you saying? Cigarettes and alcohol are the same, so you shouldn't take sponsorship dollars from cigarettes or alcohol.
Right. I mean, alcohol kills a lot of people. Yeah. Alcohol kills a lot of people, and we do not stop that. Yeah. It's more alcohol. Look at all the corner stores, the liquor stores.
But it ain't no menthol.
No, it don't matter.
But it's malt liquor. Malt liquor is the menthol version of malt liquor.
Nobody ever smoked a cigarette and got in an accident for smoking a cigarette.
Probably dropped the ash and burnt themselves on the thigh.
Something like that. But you drank alcohol and then you kill somebody.
Yeah.
So we pick and choose our battles, and then we be like, one ain't better, it's better than the other, but which one is? So do we stop all funds coming in
all vices?
I ain't finna do this with you right now.
No, I'm just
we ain't finna do this right now.
That's a tough one.
Listen, chime in Facebook, give us a call, let's talk. 727-637-2416.
Yeah.
Because this is a real conversation, because we're sitting up here telling them like, yo, cigarettes are bad. Let's do it. But alcohol is just as terrible.
And here's the other part of it too, right? So, look.
There we go.
You invited the call and the call came.
Let's go.
And listen, I respect what you're saying because you make you think about it different. But honestly, we got to do something. You get what I mean? We can't just.
I'm just saying.
We can't continue to invite these products that we know are detrimental. Why you won't sell shampoo? Why you won't sell?
But we do. But they
relaxer?
do. But this is the thing, because all this stuff is so okay. We'll talk about it. Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
Hey man,
I knew that.
Business is?
I knew it. What's going on, King Reed?
What the business is, man?
King Reed, talk to me, man. Menthol cigarettes and liquor in the hood.
They regulated by the same department. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Should we accept money from them for advertisement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We accept money from a hair care product, right? Hair care product company. You know what I'm saying? They make relaxers. I accept money from people who make relaxers. Now relaxers are related to thyroid issues in black women.
Okay.
Boys, the poisonous track we on right now, but the cigarettes and alcohol, they first cousins. The cigarettes so deadly, they kill a nigga. They kill your nigga. My bad.
Yeah, we on the radio. Yeah, no, I'm telling you. I
haven't had a drink in 7 years because I did not want to be the reason why a family of four was wrapped around the telephone pole, and here I was waking up in the county jail reading why I'm arrested.
Yeah. Because most of the time that's what happens. Yeah, usually the drunk driver is usually the one that survives. And
the drunk driver be all right.
Yeah, but then
that's
what
happens, you know. So I mean, it's just really something to think about when we sit up here. Like, all of it's bad.
Reno
right?
say take that money though.
I'm almost with Reno. Like I'm almost. I'm going to tell you.
You got to find other ways to finance the revolution, man.
Yeah,
it's just the bottom line is discipline.
Newport said they got
it's discipline and sacrifice. We got to find another way.
So Newport got $1 million for you. You ain't taking it.
So look, okay, we're gonna have to find another way. It's gonna be $1 million for some health and some research. It ain't gonna be $1 million to tell people to smoke Newport after I know what it is.
Yeah.
If I don't smoke them and I know what it is, it's gonna be difficult.
It's whatever principle.
Okay, so what about this? If somebody come with some hard white, they got $1 million for you to promote hard white.
Okay, not gonna do it.
But that's not legal.
You know,
No. That's not legal.
In Oregon.
Hard white is legal in Oregon?
Hard drugs is legal in Oregon.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
No cap Monday.
Wow.
Whoa.
So in Oregon, you can go to and find some poppy seeds out there.
Oh my
Man, listen, in Oregon, you can do more than be an organ donor. You know what I'm saying?
You need to avoid Oregon at all costs.
It's health.
I mean, unless you just want to be.
The phone
you can do that, damn.
Okay, there you go. You said unless you want to be
unless you want to be whip game proper, you know what I'm saying? You should move to Oregon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You won't get arrested for it.
But so that's what I'm saying. So the difference is between the hard white and that's illegal in most states here. That's illegal.
Say hard white is funny.
Back to the hard white.
Back to this whole hard white conversation.
I'm like medic.
Yeah.
I'm like medic. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the same funny thing.
Right. But I think you do. I mean, it's really all about values, right?
I wish Mr. J called in. Yeah, and we'll talk to him. What won't you take as advertising? And what will you? I ain't heard a cigarette ad on here yet.
Yeah,
but where do you hear cigarette ads at anyway?
You hear cigarette ads somewhere?
Yeah, where do you?
No, you don't hear them.
Man.
When the last time you heard a cigarette?
Because they ain't marketing to me no more.
That's fine. No, I'm just saying, some stuff ain't marketed to you, and you
don't hear it on the radio, but you see it when you pull up to the store. You pull up to them corner stores, and
they got signs everywhere.
And I see the because they also talk about flavored the wraps, the wraps.
What? What?
The cigar wraps.
Get out of here.
Yeah, them
the great berry,
the backwood wraps, and all of that stuff.
He went to one specific flavor. He might be worried if that was it.
Yeah, he did. He was like, not the grape, right? Not the grape. Not the grape.
Great berry.
But that's what they said.
But I'm gonna say that this is
he was asking. He wasn't even throwing out a suggestion. He was like, the great berry.
Yeah, no, that's because it's what it said. It said the FDA had banned flavored cigarettes from being manufactured and sold in 2009, but the menthol cigarettes slipped by because they had a split of the Black caucus, many of whom looked to campaign donations and support. So
wait a minute, hold on.
So yeah, I was about to say this is a hit piece. The guy who wrote this book. He basically shaming all of the Black leaders and saying that the Black leadership is responsible
for menthol still being in the community.
Yeah, because they taking money, like they said that it stopped. You got a lot of background noise too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call us back.
No, he got it controlled.
Okay.
I got control. Go ahead.
Okay, and so it's basically saying that the ban on menthol cigarettes was happening in 2009, but menthol was able to keep. It slid by because the Black caucus was split on it, many of whom looked to campaign donations and support. They were saying that basically the Black caucus couldn't really reach consensus.
Let me tell you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Keon.
No, I want you to say. Go ahead.
Brother Malcolm said by any means necessary.
So I was gonna say no, but you look at this, and the reality of if you have a platform and you're trying to get something done, you have to have money.
Yeah. And
a lot of times, what stop us is that our pride be like, oh no, we're not going to take that money, and other people take the money and then they get their agendas pushed.
I don't think it's pride. I think it's just values, man. I'm just saying it's just values.
But if you take the money and you kill people and you kill a quarter million people,
because our people.
Okay, so this is going to sound.
Corner stores don't sell loosies.
Okay.
But the Arab brothers all around our community sell loosies.
Yeah.
So it's a value thing.
No, because it's a federal charge, and some people ain't gonna open that cigarette pack and take that federal charge.
So again, that's a moral thing.
No, it ain't moral. It's criminal. It's legal.
Yeah, moral and legal.
Yeah, but that's your moral code though. Your moral code will stop you from breaking the law.
This is the beauty of America, is that you can come up with a product, you can package it, you can market it, and you can sell it.
Even if you know it's killing people.
But I mean,
they don't care nothing about that either.
Well, at the end of the day, they're probably going to say they're going to die anyway.
Look,
that's the only thing that's guaranteed in life,
King Ree, as long as we tell you that this product may kill you, we good.
Oh, yeah, because you're killing yourself after that point.
After that point, look, I'm telling you, this product may kill you. It may cause cancer or death.
That reminds me of some street mess, man. I'm telling you.
That's gangster, boy. Look, I got a product that I know is killing you. And then they did what they said. They said you ain't got to stop selling it. You just got to tell people that the product that you selling is killing them.
They put a warning label on it.
Pause. Stop. Half of the medicine that we take have the same side effects.
Not in cigarettes though.
They say it may
cigarettes a little.
Well, cigarettes bad, boy. Them boys ain't nothing nice with that fiberglass.
Tough, boy.
I will tell you.
You can drink alcohol around people for years, man. They just get a
smoke Newports, but if you smoke Pulse,
but cigarettes, you can just sit around smoking cigarettes for years and literally die with them. Like cigarettes, tough.
Yeah.
Cigarettes is not a crab in a bucket.
I'm finna tell you.
That's an equal opportunity killer.
So for the listeners out here, I'm just talking, right? Going and just giving food for thought, because I don't smoke.
Yeah.
Never have.
Yeah.
I never smoked either.
You know, I've never have, right? Yeah. I don't drink. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, but I do believe in the freedom of advertisement. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie.
I think with limits.
I believe in the freedom of advertisement.
That's what Elon Musk said.
With limits.
And let me tell you,
that's why he bought Twitter.
No limits.
We bought Twitter
for no limits.
Sell what you want. Say what you want.
Say what you want.
And if it causes people to get shot and killed, and
I'm glad you brought that up.
I think you should be responsible. You should be responsible.
So let's do this. We got to take a break. We got to break away for the top of the hour.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock already.
It's 8 o'clock already, y'all.
And we ain't even got to the meat.
Yeah, we ain't even got going good.
Meat still on the bone.
Hey, Brother John, when we come back, Brother John, I want to hear y'all thoughts on what was that just brought up just now before we
say what you want. And Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. I want to know what y'all thoughts on the African American Elon Musk, and are y'all offended by that by him being called the African American?
The European African American.
Oh wow!
I mean, it can be African American.
There's European Africans.
I have not seen that, but we look.
I just want to know y'all thoughts.
If
it ain't our name, I'm trying to figure out why black people are offended by somebody else being called that. But I want to know y'all thoughts on it after the break.
Originally applied for a working holiday visa in February of 2020, and I'm finally here.
2 years after it closed its borders because of the pandemic, New Zealand welcomes back visitors from dozens of countries. That's after this bulletin.
Hello, I'm Debbie Russ with the BBC News. Israel's Prime Minister Naftali Bennett has denounced as a lie claims by Russia's foreign minister that the Nazi leader Adolf Hitler
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edman. I go by Mr. Edman. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Kiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. All right? I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Pete is small, And so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. It was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for Black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, you know, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college in
Orlando?
Talk to us, Soprano.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, you know, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, you know, Amendment 4 and other local, you know, policies.
Agape Soul Boutique. High-end boutique looks and quality with affordable pricing. Located at 6025 Martin Luther King Street South in St. Pete. Choose from our amazing selection of stylish, fashion-forward heels, wedges, boots, children's shoes, accessories, and much more. You can shop now and pay later, interest-free with Afterpay. Subscribe to our website and get huge savings on our latest products at agapesoulboutique.com. For more information, call 727-379-1318. Come give your feet the royal treatment and check us out at Agape Soul Boutique today.
To returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, you know, Amendment 4 and other local, you know, policies and politics. Enjoyed it, so we started doing it on Sundays as like a podcast with, at the time, Janet Michelle. She was our co-host, and she, you know, filled that role until she moved. And then we had Carla Bristol, Carla B. She came in for a season. And then Reno was behind the scenes. He was always present because we did organizing together, so he'd come and hang out. And then the things that he was saying off camera was like, man, we might as well just have you on the show.
The negative thoughts that you is thinking about right now, or any particular subject, y'all, just flip it.
Turn problems into opportunities.
Problems are opportunities, man. Big shouts out to South Soprano, man.
Real deal, man.
We on the jump board together right now.
Just being around people and clearly always talking, I just felt like at least learn something, so as you see that you're not going to shut up, you can have substance to your conversation and not just be labeled somebody who just love to talk.
Really being informative, looking to give the information that isn't readily available in our community.
Multiple meteorologists can look at the same data and come up with a different forecast.
And so now you take
Palestinian man in the back.
All right. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Kiana.
I am Mr. Edmond.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
See that.
For real. And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool.
What's cool?
That's cool with me.
Hey man, wow. A lot happening in the world. That democracy now. If you ever, you know, need to know what's going on,
Democracy not gonna give it.
They gonna give it to you. They give it up too. I mean, they really, just kind of do it. They do what we do. All right. So recapping
headlines.
Recapping. Oh, I want to say this real quick too. So the Pinellas County Urban League is still looking for youth to join the Style Summer Program. It's the summer training in youth leadership and employment. The Style Summer Program is for youth 14 to 16 who are City of St. Petersburg residents. The program is an 8-week summer program. This work readiness program provides various workshops and hands-on training. Students who successfully complete the program receive a stipend of $500. It's funded by the City of St. Pete, and the deadline to apply for that program is today. You can find more information about that on St. Pete Community Calendar.
So they get $500 after 8 weeks.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And you can, training. I think Jabbar did Jabbar do that one?
I don't know. I think they done did it all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They done been in a lot of these programs.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's important that we take advantage of it because sometimes these programs go unfulfilled. Sometimes it's not enough spots.
Yeah, that's true.
So just make sure y'all.
You know what? So they need people to fill these spots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Now I'm just throwing this out there just to ask, because this is such an instant society at this point, and our kids are finding other ways, creative ways to make money. Do you think these spots are not being filled because they don't think it's enough money for 8 weeks?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say it wouldn't be fulfilled because of it, because it's only sometimes it's only a few hundred spots.
Yeah.
So it's so much more need than there are spots.
Right.
So sometimes.
So before we go on, I want to say happy birthday, Raven.
Hey, happy birthday, Raven.
Hey, happy birthday.
but yeah,
when your birthday, y'all let us know. Y'all let us know. When your birthday, we want to give you a shout out. Go into the email. We're gonna do birthday shout outs by Kiana.
That's what's on your mind Wednesday,
right? Along with horoscopes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we do need to do horoscopes with Kiana because she be all in the seasons.
We're gonna expand and grow, y'all.
All in the
I hate
seasons.
that just happened. So this is what live radio happened. But go back on to
he said grow with us. I like that.
Go back to what?
What you were saying
about what?
We was talking about you saying that you don't think that the spots are not going to be filled.
No, because
I agree with that.
It's such a great need. There's probably 3,000 to 6,000 youth in Childs Park alone. So if you got say 500 spots, like I said, it's 3,000 to 6,000 youth,
and they don't have that many spots.
Alone.
Like,
but I'm just, you know what I mean? Because one of the things we were advocating for in the past was for there to be more summer and after school youth and young adult
I think it should
opportunities.
Be.
More.
Yeah.
That's probably something we need to talk to the mayor and the deputy mayor about.
It's a budget thing, right? You put more money in the budget for it, and
more money come out.
Yeah. So anybody that's listening from the Urban League, right?
Shout out to the Urban League. Shout out to the Urban League.
Let us know how many you need and how we can do that.
Shout out to the Bowling Center.
What we can do to help you to get these kids there. Like, is it
good question? That's respect.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I think that's an assumption. Do we know? Do they need?
No, that's only an assumption.
Yeah,
it's an assumption. So, like, if you need help, because summer's gonna be here. Kids graduate in a couple of days.
No, it's 3 weeks.
We might find out it's a waiting list for that program.
But we just said that
it's the last day though.
No, I'm saying today is the last day to apply. But I'm just saying. And so,
never mind.
And we don't know the count. And we don't know the count.
And we don't know the count. It's just like I just saw it and I wanted to lift it up because I think it's something that's
So do they go to the Urban League?
It's a part of the new. You can go to St. Pete Community Calendar and get the information.
Okay, yeah, go on Facebook. Go on Facebook. St. Pete Community Calendar,
and the whole flyer and everything is on there.
So if you're trying to find something for your kids to do, today is the deadline for them to sign up for this.
Yeah.
You want them to be able to buy their own school clothes, show them responsibility.
Yeah, and summer's coming.
Right.
I think like Louis Stevens has his summer camp. Like it's
big
stuff.
Shouts out to Lou.
It's stuff for him to do, man. It absolutely is things for youth to do.
And you want me to the youth do so many great things that we don't talk about, and I want this summer for us to highlight all the good stuff that happens in our city, because we talk about all the bad stuff. But there's a lot. I mean, we do. That's what hit the news.
So
you know what I mean?
So that's why we start with y'all know the first thing we ask when we open up what's good.
Right.
That's the segment. Yeah, that's the segment. That's and it was put there
for a reason.
For that.
So since we talk about what's good, yesterday there was a rally.
Yes, sir.
Outside of Tibbetts, where they're going to build an apartment complex.
Right.
Big shouts out to Florida Rising. Big shouts out to the Tenants Union, People's Council,
DSA,
DSA,
Florida Falls is another one that was participating.
One of the real things, May Day is the International Workers Day for people who work. You know what I'm saying? Like ourselves. I'm a working man. I feel like I come from a working family.
Absolutely.
And on May Day, that's why we did that action. Big shouts out to Brother John holding it down.
Thank you.
Like he always does.
Thank you. With support.
With big support. Because we don't do this by ourselves.
No.
It's not a one-man mission. It's teamwork to make the dream work.
Always. So
yeah, no, it was great. Good action.
Speaking about apartment complexes, Queen Latifah.
Yes,
is building a whole affordable housing complex.
How about that, man?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, let's give it up for Queen Latifah, like really doing her thing, man. And it's something that she was saying that she's been working on for a while. I guess that's one of them lessons in like sticking to it and never giving up.
Oh yeah, you got to have all the pieces in place.
You see it all the time. When you start something, it doesn't instantly happen.
Yeah.
People think that success come instantly. It does not. I guarantee you, anybody who you think had overnight success have been working on it
10 years or more.
Yeah.
10 years or more.
Yeah. True.
Easily.
True. And then it finally happened for you. So yeah, absolutely. Good job, Queen.
Big shouts out to everybody who's sticking to their guns.
Yes.
And
so do you?
Because Queen did that, man.
Yeah, she did.
I seen it with the hard hat.
That's
on,
why
man.
she said
it's major respect.
Yeah. And I think it was market rate. I guess that was the thing. If like you was looking, you know how people be looking at it ain't affordable housing. Well, it's affordable for somebody. It's just,
I mean, market rate, because we spoke about this at big shouts out to Richard Floyd, city council member. We spoke about that. Did you know for the first time since the turn of the century, Black people are leaving St. Pete?
The census population
drop.
I can believe it
for the first time.
I can believe it.
Wow.
Because they can't afford to live here.
But hold on, that wasn't everything.
Go ahead.
But wait, there's more.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Area median income is $80,000. It went up $10,000.
So the median income, that means the middle.
The middle.
Okay.
And then in the Black community,
and it's below.
In the Black community, y'all listen to this. In the Black community, it's half of that.
So the area, so the Black area median income is
$40,000.
So let me break this down for you. The average Black family or Black person is making $40,000. The average,
not average, the middle. So that means the person in the middle. So the average may be somewhere else.
Yeah, the average, you take it all and then you divide it by the total.
Let's say the average, they say, well, the medium.
Yeah, that's the middle number.
So the middle number for St. Pete is 80,000.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
But Black people at this point for the
our middle number
is 40, half of what
the city is. Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
That was decades in the making. And it's gonna probably take us decades to get out of it. But what it will do,
it's saddening.
First, we gotta know that this is what we up against.
Yeah, you get the data, you get the stats, you get.
And I'll tell you this: is I give you big shots. Like kudos to the people who make it happen with that 40 because they do.
Don't you worry about that now.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
The ones who make it happen with that 40.
But look, I want to give a big shout out again to Richard Floyd. Big shout out to William Kilgore.
Yeah, Kilgore. Yeah.
Kilgore, my bad. I do it now.
Yes,
I do it.
You will.
But listen,
but you got me. We here together
because these stats, man. I think I know something, right? I think I know about this stuff.
Okay.
And when somebody stepped to me and give me a stat like this that I ain't know about,
yeah,
my first thought was like, "Hey, man, we gotta get this to be known."
Yeah, that's right.
Who knows that when they say they have a 80% AMI, or whatever they call it, that is already set to none of us, half of us can't live there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So if we're targeting people at 80% AMI and we know that 80% AMI is a number, then when we know our number
is half of that,
we know that that's not talking about us.
So now when we are at a table, right? Say we at a table and we talking about affordable housing and this is going to be good for the community. It's going to be 80% AMI. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
That's half of my community can't even make that.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but like
Dick Pierce been saying that too, though.
I mean, it's been floated. It hasn't been just dropped on the table.
Right.
Big shouts out to Dick Pierce.
I don't know. It almost brings tears to my eyes when you think about it. Like
it's rough. We playing with a hard hand. We playing with a hard hand.
It's very, very sad when you think about how hard the people in this community have worked to build this community, and the impact that Black people have to St. Petersburg, and then the fact that we help build this and help this city thrive, and we can't even afford to live here?
Yes.
Like, just sit in there and think about that. That
Mm-hmm.
Tropicana would not be here without the Black people in this community. And now their children can't afford to live here.
Yeah.
How sad is that?
Yeah, that's true. And it's a reality. I mean, and you seeing it in the numbers, and then you see it in the exodus because you can't afford
we
to
all
live.
know
I'm
people who
gonna
left.
tell you,
know,
I'm almost
you're right.
emotional for this. Like, I'm telling you, like,
No, I
this
got
is
you.
so, like, when you think about it, like,
I see him.
like,
Yeah, she got chills.
Get it out.
Because it's sad. Like, it's this is what you don't want to see.
Yeah.
When you look at your community, you know, we want to be so inclusive and we're so forgiving as people, and we want to be with everybody. And no.
Mm-hmm.
We need to kick them out like they did us.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to though. You just start doing more for you.
I know, but that's what we have to.
That's
That's
that
what
whole
I'm saying.
self-care thing. But then that's the other part of this, right? Like we it's so much that we have to do, right? And I think when we start doing for ourselves, we start pooling our resources. We saw that historically, that make them angry. And
they're angry regardless.
And so that was, but I'm saying, but you got to be ready for that. You got to understand. I think Dr. King called it the white backlash.
Yeah.
White
lash or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like once you start doing good for yourself and your people, it's a group of white people that don't like that. That's why you get bombs on, Black Wall Street. You get lies in Rosewood and them destroying whole towns. It's because of the envy of the success of the Black people who say, you know what, we good over here. We don't need y'all.
And we talk about this on here when I say take care of your own house first.
Mm-hmm.
That's our community. And we walked away from that trying to be included.
Yeah.
And be able to fit in. And we forgot to sweep our own front door.
The people who was telling us to be inclusive and diverse was the least inclusive and the most divisive.
Right.
So
wow.
It is where we're at now. Especially in the city of St. Pete. We're transitioning from a sleepy town into a luxury town.
Yeah.
Luxury apartments, luxury this, luxury that. Even the if I'm not mistaken, the people, some of these people who building these condos and they're going and getting approval, but then they're coming back and saying, hey, the plans have changed.
Yeah.
So,
I saw that in one of the council meetings.
And so what I'm saying is that we're in a spot where you got places like Dallas where they're saying you can't even buy here from here if you ain't from here.
Oh yeah, they're making rules for like
and we
limiting people from other places coming in to buy property. Yeah,
so
I've seen that.
In all other words, this is a state of emergency. Poverty in our community since COVID is probably worse. It's some stats and some data we ain't even seen yet.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna say this, and we've talked about this before. This is the time when you buckle up. You men, those broken hearts.
Yeah.
Have those hard conversations that you didn't want to have with your sister, your brother, your mama, your cousin, whoever. Getting them houses together that y'all already own. Stack up your money, make a plan, and start buying your land and expanding out. Okay,
that's really
so.
It.
I'm gonna tell you,
settle your differences and pool your resources.
Settle it, like, because we can look at this glass. It's either half full or half empty.
That's the campaign. Settle your differences and pool your resources.
Right. So at this point, we're in a hard spot.
Good morning, Mrs. Walker.
And we're looking at how bad this can be, but this could be a great thing. We can turn this around and make it better for everybody in your family. We talk about generational wealth all the time. This is the time that we can buckle up and make it.
Hallelujah.
All right. So if you can't afford to live by yourself, move in with your parents because they got their house, right? Yeah. Move in with your sister. You did, but
don't be freeloading.
No freeloading.
Put it on the table.
Settle your differences and pool your resources.
Right, put it on the table now.
Put it in there. Save y'all money. Y'all have this one house with y'all right there. Y'all can buy another house. Yeah. And once y'all get this house, y'all do this again. You got another house. This is what other communities do.
We
so
gotta. What you saying, and I'm thinking we got to really teach processes on how to settle differences and have hard conversations.
So maybe that'd be one of our next.
We got to plan
together I'm big on relationships
on how to settle your differences and have hard conversations.
But see, people, hard conversations. I'm gonna tell you this.
Go ahead.
Hard conversations makes people uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, that's when you grow. But people don't like feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You got to understand. And the last thing they want to do is talk about something uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, people avoid it. You know what I mean?
You got to.
That's what I'm
People
saying,
avoid,
man.
but you don't. A lot of times, you don't really want to hurt nobody else's feelings.
Yeah.
Even though your feelings is really hurt.
Yeah.
But then what happened, because you avoid this, your actions end up hurting them anyway.
You don't achieve no growth.
Because it's gonna manifest in one way or another, whether you say it or how you act. Yeah.
Right. You're gonna do that. And I'm a true believer. The conversation that you do not want to have and that you're avoiding is the most important one.
So is that the root of acting funny? Just not having a conversation?
Yeah.
Like you acting funny because it's just a conversation that you haven't had.
And I'm going to tell you, a lot of times that conversation
and so now you start acting funny. Yeah, now
you compound.
Yeah. Because you having it, but you ain't having it directly. Like you kind of.
Me and you
having it with when you supposed to be with me and you.
Yeah,
the whole third party thing.
Me and you having a conversation, but it's Jabbar that I really need to have this conversation. And then you kind of third party it, but you don't really want to offend. You give the soft version of what I said. Because I said, oh, when I see him, it's on and popping. You say, hey, you probably need to talk to Kiana. She ain't really that happy now.
So look, here's another part of the process. We need some solid and some solid third parties.
Yeah.
Because we need
got a flimsy third party.
You got a flimsy third party that's telling you, they tickling your ears, feeding you what you want to hear. So when they know what you really need to hear,
when
maybe
you talk
something
about counseling.
But you do need counseling. But again,
that's a third party.
That's true.
You sometimes you need middle people to come in and translate what you're saying.
But they gotta be solid though.
They gotta be solid.
Because usually a lot of times we talked about that too. When you said relationship problems is usually not just the problem with the two, it's a third party.
Whoever's the third person.
So you need a solid third person.
You need a solid third person that's gonna relate. And then the thing is it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's right.
And so your delivery.
Wait a minute. That's something we always heard growing up.
But it's how you accept it.
That's something we heard growing up that I'm starting to challenge.
You got to challenge.
Let's challenge.
It is what you say too. Because we say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. No, that don't mean you could just you could say some garbage, but you saying it nicely.
Yes.
Both matter. What you say and how you say it.
Okay,
but look, I'm gonna add a third wrong to that.
And that was just like a year ago.
The person receives it.
Yeah.
But once you know people, once you know people, you know how to
not always.
Not always, but it takes an individual, right?
Every individual.
So when you look at like how I'm gonna say something to you is not how I'm gonna say it to Brother John.
Yeah.
Once you know somebody, then you tailor-made whatever conversation you're gonna have for them. Because
that's what you do. People don't do that. Some people be straight up the road. Because I kind of don't tailor it.
I tailor. And let me tell you why
I kind of be straight up the road.
No, let me tell you why I tailor. Because
I probably need to start tailoring it.
And let me tell you why, because I want to be received properly, right?
Yeah.
And if I go straight up the road and I offend and I didn't deliver it right, you don't receive it. The point is that your message needs to be received.
You got great communication
you're thinking
skills.
About like, I need to tell you, I need to be real, and you think being real is being blunt. No.
You're saying I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of people use that as a qualifier to be disrespectful.
Right. No.
I'm just finna keep it real.
Because
now you finna be disrespectful after that.
But then when you say that, and look how
or with all due respect.
No.
If you have to do a disclaimer, you already know whatever that disclaimer is, that's exactly what you're about to be. Right? So yeah, like I mean honestly,
communication skills.
So you know what?
You got great communication skills. I'm gonna tell you because like how you just explained it, I might need to take on some of that and deliver left to rights. And
right. And I'm not saying it's necessarily right, but this is how I do it.
That's how you move. Yeah, that's how you move.
Right. Yeah. Because you want to be received. You want the best.
Well, that's I mean, in essence, that's communication. You send the signal and it's received.
Right.
Like if it's not received, then
it's not communication.
It's not communication. Yeah, it's not communication.
I got something else for y'all.
Then we got to do the Ask Kiana.
So Brittany Gainer.
Okay.
The young lady basketball player got detained in Russia. Nobody's talking about her.
That's true.
She's been there for a second.
I think they still don't know where she is at.
Yeah, she was like somewhere at one point, and then she disappeared, and nobody knows where she went.
At the airport. She
Okay.
was talking to like the airport attendants or whatever. Woo, woo, woo. And she disappeared. So they saying about the weed or the hash, but I don't even think that's been really
the reason
confirmed.
The reason that they
And
detained
she's the
her.
Tom Brady.
She's the Tom Brady of women's basketball. I
The
thought
GOAT.
Lisa.
She
I thought
is
Lisa
Leslie
was
yeah,
the one.
yeah.
They say this lady is the LeBron James
of women's basketball.
Of women basketball.
And
nobody's talking about it. They say
why
if
not?
she was a man, if she was part of the NBA, this would be headline news. This would
I mean,
be
if she was a man or she was white.
So if it was a white basketball female player,
of course.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
they talk about white.
but you think they would have took a white female basketball player?
I don't
know.
I don't even know what like you're right. What you just said is so true. I mean, like I'm thinking about it myself. When I saw the headline Brittany Gainer, it's like I kind of know about it, but I haven't really been paying attention to like the story and what it's about. And
yeah, it's sad.
And,
it's sad.
Yeah.
So the young woman really, like, I guess I would hate to say be wrong, but she was like in her prime.
Yeah.
Like the height of her career. You know what I'm saying? And it's been said by some hash oil or some weed oil, but like none of that's really been confirmed because they don't even know where she at.
Yeah, she was in Russia though, right?
Yeah, it's Russia. She was in Russia.
Was that before the Ukraine thing broke out?
I don't know. It was something about something, and I don't really want to say the wrong thing.
Okay, but yeah, so Google Brittany Gainer in the story, y'all, and just
That's
like
real.
really start to
write your congressman.
Yeah, and find out what's really going on with the sister that's over there. Ask Kiana.
Let's go.
Go.
So, dear Kiana, I've been hired on a new team where I work very closely with Frank. They put it in quotes. Okay. We are assigned group projects and submit our work together. The problem, he's an idiot. He's a nice guy, but he is sloppy in his work, incompetent, irresponsible, and can't manage priorities and deadlines. We are both new, and I'm afraid his poor work will reflect badly on me. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I'm wondering how long to wait before I approach my supervisor. I find myself managing him, though we have the same job title. What should I do?
Oh, that's so hard. Because, snitches get stitches, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, that's what they say, right?
But we got to define what a snitch is so that everybody's clear, because there's different definitions and understandings of what a snitch is, as opposed to somebody who just reporting, shoddy work quality. That's different from a snitch, right? Like if both of y'all like responsible for messing up the project, and then you just telling that he messed up the project without talking about your part of it, I think that's snitching. But if like you got an irresponsible, incompetent, can't manage, sloppy in his work partner, and you just trying to figure out what to do.
That's so hard.
I think it's communication.
It is communication.
So you start by talking to your coworker.
You really got to start by talking to your coworker.
Talk to Frank.
And then,
he said, what should I do? Frank, tighten up.
Yeah, tighten up. And then actually, have a Scott, like, if he's sloppy, he can't do anything. Usually people like that can fall in place if you have, like, structured for him, and you say, hey, this is due on this day, yada, 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 and you show who's responsible for what.
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay. But I guess that's because it said I find myself managing him, and I guess maybe that's what's happening, but it's like, she don't want to do that.
But I'm going to tell you, on the flip side, if you have a good supervisor, they're paying attention, and that may be your next way, your opening door to become the supervisor.
Okay.
Because your supervisor's job is to supervise y'all and to oversee and to see where you're strong at and where you're weak at. So they will show the weak link, but don't let that sink you. So when you go in there, you make sure that you're always shining, so that when the work comes in and a portion is not up to par, they know it's not you.
Yeah. That is a tough one though.
Because it is, because you don't.
Mr. Edmond, talk to me, man.
Because you don't want to go in there and be like, "Yo, he ain't doing his part," and then he loses his job.
Coworker ain't pulling his weight, and you don't want to.
But you don't want to lose yours either.
You trying to figure out like, because the work that they do, I guess what they're saying is it's group projects. You turn the project in, but you managing him on this project, and like you don't want.
What y'all say?
So I'm just gonna say I'm blessed not to be in that situation with my coworkers.
Yeah,
and we ain't rocking like that.
But you want
good teams.
Yeah, we ain't rocking like that.
How you handle it when you got a team member that ain't pulling their weight?
But you got to first. You try to do you look into your team management, manage up, down, left, and right.
Yeah,
and see if it's something that you can do.
I think you said that real quick, but that's important because
you gotta
because when you're managing, even if you're not in a manager position, you have to be able to manage your supervisor. So you manage up, and then when he said managing left and right, you got to be able to manage your coworkers and your team, even though you're technically not their manager. But if your relationship with them and your work depends on that relationship, you got to be able to manage.
It's your job. It's your
if your job,
your destiny depends on it.
Yeah, within this particular chosen field, then you have to be able to manage sideways.
But I don't know. I ain't gonna rap. So I'm going.
I don't know. I kind of
I wouldn't go to a supervisor. I would. Like me and you gonna have a like. If it's a problem, me and you gonna have that problem.
But see, I'm one of the people that will probably overcompensate. Like I'll go in there
and do all the work,
get it done, and be like, "Yo, like, hey, tighten up, boom, 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 boom."
I'm kind of like that too, though. I'll be one of them people too. Like, don't worry about it, Frank. I got it.
Come on,
like,
Frank. Look,
Frank been tripping. Frank been tripping for years.
Look, Frank.
But then that don't help Frank.
No, they don't. But hey, Frank.
And then Frank try to switch out on you. And go tell the manager on you.
That's what happened.
I'm tired of doing all this work. He ain't did nothing.
Look, Frank
they fire you and he can't get it done.
Frank ain't doing. He ain't saying nothing because he's benefiting from the silence.
No, but those be the ones.
Those be the ones.
Those be the
ones. Listen, them water cooler conversations. Those water cooler conversations can make or break your career.
A lot of times you think that you think that you're helping people when you're like giving them breaks, but then they use that to shoot bullets back at you.
So it's called finesse.
Okay.
This is we live in the finesse era.
Okay.
Right. So people have been getting got over on for decades. Right. People getting got for decades.
Yeah.
So now we're in the finesse era.
Okay.
Right, and everybody is trying to finesse you.
Everybody, so now the ones who was getting got them became the gotters.
The gotter to get us.
The gotters,
then they get got. It's just
the ones who got are the ones who's getting now.
Yeah, it's a self-destructive
and there's
cycle.
ways to tell without telling.
Okay,
let me tell you.
We call that dry snitching.
So you know,
we used to call that dry snitching. You telling without telling.
So this is so here you go. There's ways to tell without telling.
Well, I can't work like this.
We've had some people like that in our lives.
Boy, I can't
but you know what? You have your syllabus.
You say we had some people like that. I'm gonna take this Facebook comment. Hold on. So my wife, she said, I heard what you said, and I saw shots fired.
No, that wasn't. I'm just saying that's in general. Go ahead.
That's rough. You just make sure you do your part. Because after a while, it will show, and for the most part, the manager will know, and the manager knows.
That's true. That's
what we be hoping for.
Yeah.
Listen, I done been on these jobs, boy. I done did this stuff. I ain't a big job person, but I done did.
You done been on enough of them.
I done been on a few of them, and I seen the dynamics. Well, and you hoping that the boss sees your effort.
That's true.
But sometimes the person who's slacking got some better conversation game.
Yeah, that's true.
Their communication better.
That's true, because you got some smooth slackers. That you got. It's like professional.
Professional
slackers. Wow. So I'm gonna tell you. So you either have a boss or a leader. I mean, you don't have to talk about that. We don't talk about that. A boss is just there to do their job, right? And they take direction, and there's no middle ground, right? They whatever somebody tells them to do, they're just gonna get it. That's your boss, right?
Right.
The leader pays attention. Comes in and show you properly, right? They lead by example,
right?
And again, if your boss is a leader, they are paying attention. If they believe in the job and want it to be productive, they're paying attention to their team. I have managed tons and tons of people.
You have,
and I will tell you this:
hundreds.
And I know my slackers. I know my slackers. I know my slick talkers. I know my hard workers. Yeah, you know it. And sometimes we let it slide. Like I slack, like I slick talkers. We might let slide because they're gonna do the product, right?
Because you got some slick talkers that's like high performers.
Right, you do.
Yeah.
And then there's some of them that's high performers, but you know you might have to let them go because they're not doing what's ethically right. You know what I mean? And those
that
people
ain't high performing then.
No, they are high.
When I say high performing, I mean
doing right.
You doing it right, but you just got a personality quirk.
Right. And
like you
got a fat mouth.
Well, you know, you got some people that like kill the job, but they just like hard to deal with as people. Because they ain't there to be like but they like killing it on whatever the job is. I work with people like that.
I have to.
And it's tough because you got I remember working with one particular sister. She was a problem, but she just was really good. She had all the questions, had all the feedback. Her attitude was bad. But like if didn't nobody know the job, she knew the job. And
but sometimes
those
are, and so those people bank on that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like I can be disrespectful.
That's part of the manipulation.
That is like
I'm a hard worker.
I bring the most numbers in, so you think you can be disrespectful. So
we'll let you go.
Yeah,
you can't come on. You can't come in our field.
And I'm one of those people that I have no problem with.
Your attitude.
And look, here's the challenge that we had. It was a lot of institutional knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't documented,
right? And
so she had the institutional knowledge too. So it's like to get somebody to know all of the stuff that she knew, the ins and outs that she knew. It took,
she made herself valuable.
She made herself valuable.
That's part of the laws of power.
Yeah, she made herself valuable. Yeah.
So
that's true. Talk to me, Mr. Edmond.
I know we had something else.
Oh, it's real quick. 8:40. We got to just do a real quick promo. And I'm talking about literally like less than a minute. So we just got to do a station ID. So you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on
WUJM, St. Petersburg.
Have problems with your brakes or CV joints? Then go to Florida Brakes and Tires. Mr. Roosevelt and his experienced team will take care of that for you at a very competitive price. You cannot beat. That's Florida Brakes and Tires, located at 1254 34th Street South, St. Petersburg. They also provide you with roadside service and offer you both new and used tires. Call Florida Brakes and Tires at 727-327-5288. That's 727-327-5288. Or just pull up at the shop at 1254 34th Street South, St. Pete. That's 1254 34th Street South, St. Petersburg.
All right, welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John. Okay, and let me get you.
That's out there, Kiana.
Yeah. Kiana had to roll, y'all. So
rolling with Rush.
But we do have a caller on the line. What's on your mind, caller?
Man, this King Jab, man, I want to call in and touch on this management aspect of the game.
Please.
Okay, so I did speak on this last Thursday too, and it's very important with management because in order for us to grow bigger as business owners, we have to start hiring each other.
Yes, sir.
So we have to practice a lot of terms of management. But far as the Kiana caller, I would probably get through the project with Frank, and then I would sever my ties. I just let it be known clearly that I don't want to work on any more projects with him. I really wouldn't put him out there.
Okay.
Because he gonna hang himself eventually.
I got you. So that's a good play though. Be like, you know what? Yeah, I just me and Frank, we good over here.
Yeah, we straight.
We straight. Just let Frank have it, and let me get reassigned.
Yeah, man, move on.
Okay, it's not him, it's me, right?
No, it's not him, it's we.
It's us. No, that's a good play, man.
And you see, as a supervisor, bro, like you as a manager and a supervisor, you go see where that lack come from. Like they say with the real McCoy, even a lot of things we did, man, like. They'll go out there and try to duplicate it, but they don't get the same results because y'all didn't have the real McCoy out there.
That's true.
Y'all had Frank them out there. you know,
that's true.
That's real, bro.
That's true.
And I can touch on, far as dealing with and managing our people, like with Kiana, I did a lot of managing in the community, managing a lot of people, man, and teaching people new skills.
Yep.
And I understand that they don't know the skills, and we have to teach them to it. And you have to be very flexible as a manager. Like I can really say, me and Kiana, I don't think there's many people in the city that can manage people like in the manner that we do. I mean, Jabbar, the whole team. I'm gonna say the whole team, bro.
Yeah.
Because we do a lot of the behind the scenes management, the team, the whole tree. to even make the car run, people don't know what. They really just see the surface. But I think we do a really great job, man, taking the people out of our community and getting things done for our community.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. You're right. You're absolutely right about
appreciate
that. Thank you for calling, King Jab. You on Thursday, man. The voice of the people with King Jab, man.
People.
9 o'clock right here on 99.1 FM, man.
Yes, sir. See y'all Thursday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man.
Smell something, say something.
Smell something, say something. And so there's been this odor in the Childs Park neighborhood
for decades.
And we launched a campaign that really around if you smell something, say something. It's not normal for us to be breathing in these different smells, smelling gas, smelling, dead fish and all that stuff, propane and asphalt all the time. And so it's just more like, okay.
I mean, I don't think we should smell it at all.
Yeah, we should not. And there's actually what we're learning, there's county regulations
that say we shouldn't
be smelling.
And I think the problem is now, I don't want to go too far ahead, but the problem is I think that these industries were placed here at a time when the community wasn't so dense.
Right.
When it wasn't so many children, when it wasn't so many families.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the makeup of the community has changed,
right,
I think that that means some things need to change.
The makeup of the community have to change. Like you got to change with the time. Yeah. And those grandfathered industries, as they call them, like we got to really look at the impact that it's having on the community that has grown up around this building and around these industries. And yeah, it was an article in the Times about it. Shout out to Colleen and Jack who came out and they really, pulled the string on a lot of this stuff. One of the things about the article that I wasn't really happy about was when they said the source of it is unknown.
So
moment of silence.
Yeah.
Right. For the truth.
And
look, we give a moment of silence for the truth because I think the source is known, but because of those conversations that they had with the county air quality department, if you say that you know where it's at and then we don't see the violations that come with you knowing that this is a problem, then it's a problem for you.
So my thing is this, the way the laws and the regulations are set up, it's almost to the benefit of the corporation.
Yeah.
This kind of like a David and Goliath fight.
It is
because for decades, people have endured this to the point where some people it's just normal. They don't know that you're not supposed to smell it. They don't know you're supposed to call and report it
when you smell it. Yeah.
So now, since there's a gap in that knowledge, so now you have a point where they'll say we don't know where it's coming from.
Right.
And
no, you're right though. You're right.
It's hard, man, because in our community we're already dealing with so many things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think this type of industry would be allowed
in Old Northeast,
in any other residential neighborhood.
Snell Island,
right around the corner from a park, right around
Coffee Pot.
I mean, because I call it the recreational triangle.
Yeah, that's true.
You have the YMCA, you have the lake, and you have Childs Park.
The rec center, yeah.
That's why I call it a recreational triangle.
But then you also got the school right across the street over there.
In the middle.
In the middle of it, you know what I'm saying? And that's, again, that
chemical industrial, not just regular industrial.
Chemical industrial. They recycling oil and all kind of stuff over here. So here's the thing. It's a smell something, say something campaign. It's a special neighborhood campaign. If you smell foul odors, and that's like gas, that's oil, that's anything that don't smell like it's supposed to smell. If it's like, dead fish, because we got some, processing plants over there, you shouldn't be smelling that stuff. And if you do, report it right away and report it every time, y'all. Don't just report it one time and be done with it. Every time you smell it, make sure that you report it. Make sure you say something. So if you smell something, we have we distributing these cards that we putting out. You can report it. It'll come, a copy of your report will come to us. It'll also go to the county air quality division. And if you don't have a smartphone, you're not tech savvy, that's all right too. You can actually call. You can call the county air quality division. If you smell something in your community that don't smell right, y'all, give them a call at 727-464-4422. 727-464-4422. And what they'll do is they'll ask you a couple questions. What we did was we worked with the county to narrow down, the reporting process, because they had they said onerous I guess that's like real difficult to get through reporting process. And so we got them to pare it down. Some of the things that they'll ask you is what time of day was it observed? That's why you want to call right away so that you can know the time. They're going to ask you what the cross streets are, basically where you at standing. What type of odor is it? So if it's odor, if it's dust, if it's smoke, you want to, have an idea of that. What does it smell like? Is it a chemical? Is it fishy, oily, musty, earthy, gassy? And then the intensity, is it mild, moderate, or strong? And those are like some of the basic things that the county will need in order to respond to the complaint. And I think they said they have like 3 days to respond, which has been one of the problems. And we don't expect them to drop everything and come in and reply.
But if you're trying to catch an odor or catch a smell,
exactly,
and you take it 3 days to come out, this is like whack-a-mole.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to catch it. Yeah.
So I want to definitely give a big shout out to my wife, Caprice Edman.
Thank you. Yes.
Smell something, say something. Really started when she was working at
Fairmont
Park.
Yep. It really did.
I remember the beginning. We already was talking about this for decades, but it just never really moved until she pushed it into.
Yeah, she did.
And big shout out to you two also.
It was being responsive to.
Yeah, for real. and I respect it because.
And we was already kind of laying the groundwork.
Always, we had several lakeside chats with elected officials, mayors.
Yeah. City council members.
I'm talking about
city staff,
congressmen, everybody, and they smelled it.
Yeah, when they came to the lake.
And so timing is everything, and this was the perfect time. So big shouts out to her, brother John, because as I've been going through these meetings, we've been at the park, I've been going through it, and I'm learning that this process is against the health of the community.
It really is.
The process to get to where we need to be is actually putting the community at risk. Because, and I can say this because I've seen and we talked about the steps, and
we getting intricately involved into the process.
Meeting after meeting, mapping and canvassing everything.
We got air quality, like I got an air quality monitor that I carry on myself.
So y'all need to know that this ain't a joke. But listen,
for real,
the work and the stuff that has to be done is almost impossible. And then once I call, so boom, I ride right now. I ride by, I smell it. Boom, I call. Hey man, it's 8:30 in the morning. I smell it.
Yeah.
Boom. All right, boy, I'll be out there in 3 days.
Give or take. I got up to 3 days and come smell it to see if I smell it. And then what we finding is there's this thing where they say you have there's a permit against objectionable odors.
Yes.
But the objectionable part of it is subjective. It's vague. It's vague. And so we had two people from the county smelling the same thing, and one
say something else.
And one of them one of them was like, well, for me, this wouldn't be considered objectionable. But the other one was like, nah, for me, this would be.
Yeah, so I remember it's propane again. I remember I was there.
Yeah. But it's like two people
the
saying,
nose experts.
Yeah.
The trained noses.
Yeah.
Like these people have been
they
trained
about the training
and certified in smelling stuff. Listen, this got deep. I never meant to take this turn, but we have to stand up and we gonna turn everywhere go every twist and turn, and the smell specialist.
It's like one of them what they used to say back in the day, you hit me and can't fight. And that's what we did. We swung and was like, oh, okay, we gotta fight. We gotta fight. And the more you dig, the more you find out.
It's very intricate.
Yeah, and it's alarming that like a lot of these regulations,
are written against the people.
Yeah.
They're so carte blanche. That's what they say.
Yeah, carte blanche
for the company and the corporation, to where you can potentially poison a whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
And literally get away with it legally.
Yeah. And
then down the line, you might have to come up with. That's what we want to prevent.
That's what we want to prevent. And it's like this again. And we at that space now where it's been 40 years. I think they said that place been there for 40 years, man.
So what that is, 82?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in that particular.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, 40 years, I think.
So they put that there in 1982?
It might be earlier than that, 40 plus years.
Okay, because that's just the
yeah. And I got the maps. We just got to look, but it's been there a long time, over 40 years, right? And so you think about a 40-year track record of this. Like you said, carte blanche, no violations. There's a checklist because we pulled the history, the report history to see what the violations was. or the non-compliance with the permit. And there's some things in there where it'll ask you if you smell something, right? They'll put yes. And then they'll say, is this a violation? They put no. And so we're trying to figure out, like, how can you smell it and it not be a violation? And that's when they started telling us about the subjectiveness of objectionable odors.
And then the problem is, these relationships are being built.
Yeah.
Right. And these people are right with each other. They cool with each other. They don't know nobody in the community.
Because I've been with the county 12 years and inspecting your building for them 12 years. You've been here 40 years.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah. How you doing? All right, man. Hey, it's a little smell over here, man.
All right. Don't worry about it. I ain't going to violate you, but I'm going to say I smelled it.
Yeah.
And see, it's hurting our community. Yeah. And the problem is because the community smells it way more than the inspector.
Because we there. And then we walked with the inspector, and the inspector was like, oh wow.
And it's
mind blowing.
Listen, and it's so crazy, right? It's so crazy. And like I said, I'm glad that it's coming to a spot where the eyes are on it.
Yeah.
They are aware what we're doing. They are aware that the eyes are on them, and they're clean, they act up.
Yeah.
Right. So ain't no smells. You go lock it down.
Look, as soon as we start saying smell something, say something, now we don't smell nothing.
Listen, that thing clean. Listen, man, listen. Listen.
Look at how that works.
What it been 6 months, a year, somewhere.
Yeah.
We've been doing these things.
We've been doing
man,
these,
the facility cleaned up, they painting. Listen, keep it up, because we really want you gone.
Yeah, right. But here's the other part of it too. They so arrogant and so bold that they won't even meet with us, man.
No, but I'm going to tell you what that is. Because this is not normal.
Okay.
Right? This is like Aaron Brockovich type stuff.
Okay.
They make movies about this. Communities don't step to companies.
Yeah.
Especially not by polluting.
Okay.
They probably think, you know what I'm saying? We're going to protest in front of them. They don't know what angle to look at us at. And anything is possible.
Yes, sir. The radio can't see my face.
Listen, anything possible. But all I'm saying, all we saying is, hey, look, we taking the proper steps.
Yep.
Right. And we are the neighborhood association. This is our community. We're born and raised here.
Yep.
And y'all have to be held accountable.
Yes, it's just we've been asking the question of ourselves when we have our meetings, what do good neighbors do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we open our meeting, of our neighbors, we all get together and we say, hey man, give me 2 things that a good neighbor does, just to kind of get the juices flowing. And one of the things that a good neighbor does not do is pollute the air. And pollute the water. So it's like, you a business in our neighborhood. We trying to figure out, how we can have, again, a conversation about your impact and the impact that your business is having on the quality of life for the people in this community. We need to have a conversation about that. And they don't want to sit down and have that conversation. So it's one of those things that it kind of frustrates you, but it's also like, okay, that's par for the course, because they done been here and operated without nobody calling them to task for the stuff that they putting in the air, man. So that's what Smell Something, Say Something is, y'all. If you want to learn more about the campaign, you can go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/mychildspark, and you can learn about the campaign. You can also go to our website, mychildspark.webs.com. And again, if you smell foul odors in the community, please, and it's not just Childs Park. If you smell it anywhere, you smell, bad smells, man, report it. This number is not exclusive just to our neighborhood, but this is a neighborhood campaign. And so give them a call, y'all, 727-464-4422.
Yeah, man, big shots out to y'all, man. The work continues on. And
final thoughts.
Oh, my final thought is this, man. Our community needs us in more ways than one. Get involved with your neighborhood association. If your neighborhood association isn't formed, get with us. We'll help you form it. We'll help you bring it back to life. Because what we want to do really is have a stronger community through our neighborhoods and through, community building. Once again, I'm Jabbar.
Yeah. And I'm your brother John, man. There's more that needs to be done and needs to be said. So I thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with us. And we'll be here and we'll be back on Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday is What's on Your Mind Wednesday, y'all. So make sure that you lock this number into your phone. We want to hear your voice, man. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, on Wednesday when we come back, y'all. It's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And one and only mistake.
And we out. Peace.
Gospel lovers, are you ready for some church? The Angels Gospel Show is back with a bang. Bringing to you gospel with live interviews, scriptures, inspirational topics, inspirational events, and hot gospel music of all types. Coming to you